Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. This fight is a joke, an abomination, and a disgrace to boxing. So if I feel that strongly about it, why am I still going to watch it? Now, before we get into that, welcome to the Armchair Verdict. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Now, let's get into this. Jake Paul Tyson. Right, I'm going to tell you a story quickly. The last time that I was so strongly against watching a fight was Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. I was dead against it, not involved at all. I told anyone that would listen, I'm not watching it, I'm boycotting it, not a chance. It's a joke. And with good reason too. I mean, Tyson Fury was the WBC champion of the world, the lineal heavyweight champion of the world. I think prior to that fight, he had fought Derek Chisora, and now he was giving us a fight against someone who I respect very much in Francis Ngannou as a mixed martial artist, but someone who's never boxed a professional day in their life. The whole thing was just a cash grab and a circus show. And there was no way I was spending money to watch that on pay-per-view. I was angered. Like, if you're the champion, you have a duty to face the best available competitors, especially when we want to see an undisputed heavyweight champion for the first time in over 20 years. So no, I'll refuse to watch it. When the fight happened, my boxing group chat on WhatsApp was going crazy. And I'm like, what's going on here? As we all know, Ngannou knocked Fury down, I think it was in the third round, and then made it a very competitive fight. Many people to this day still believe that Ngannou won the fight. That changed my mind on things a little bit. I did feel like I missed out just a little bit. And when Ngannou fought Anthony Joshua, I did watch it. With this fight, with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, I am very curious about it. I can't lie. I'll be lying if I said I wasn't curious, despite my thoughts and feelings towards it. And I don't want that feeling of missing out again. Because let's be honest, I'm going to find out what happens that night or the next day. I'm going to see the clips on YouTube. So I may as well just bite the bullet and watch it. The main difference between this and the Fury and Ngannou fight was Fury and Ngannou was a pay-per-view. And there was no way I was spending my hard-earned money on a pay-per-view for that. Not a chance. This fight is being shown live on Netflix. I do have a Netflix account. Therefore, I won't have to spend any extra money, which is a plus for me. If it was on pay-per-view, no, I would not be watching it. But it's part of my Netflix account. What have I got to lose? Also, another selling point is that it's on a Friday. Now, on the Saturday night, we've got Chris Billam-Smith versus Zurdo Ramirez, Cruiserweight Unification, which is an amazing fight for the boxing fans. I'm really looking forward to that. I think they've been smart with this one. They've strategically put it on a Friday night to make sure they don't conflict with the real boxing on the Saturday. And me being at the place in life where I am now, I'm not that fun guy that used to go out on a Friday night gallivanting. My Friday nights consist of me being indoors looking for the best available entertainment. And it looks like this Friday, the best available entertainment will be Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. So that's what I'll be doing. Another big selling point of this for me is Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. Amazing fight. The first fight happened 2.5 years ago, roughly, and it was an instant classic. Quite possibly the best women's boxing match I've ever seen. All action from the word go. I think it's a crime that we've had to wait 2.5 years for the rematch. And I'm itching to see how it goes. So I'm going to be watching that 100% regardless. If I'm watching that, the co-main event, I may as well stick around for the main event. So those are my reasons and my logic for watching it and tuning in. I can lie to myself and say I won't, but I know I will. Now, being serious about this fight, I do have major concerns. Mike Tyson is 57 years old. Jake Paul is about 30 years younger than him. And we all know boxing is a dangerous sport. There's huge risks attached to it. Injuries and possibly worse. And that's what I'm really concerned about here. Ethically, it should have never really been sanctioned. From what we're hearing and what we're seeing, the fight is going to go down as a professional fight on both fighters' records. It will appear on BoxRec, so it's not just an exhibition. I hope, I mean, I've heard in the past that Jake Paul has had clauses in his contract where there's no knockouts permitted and stuff like that. I don't know how true that is. It's just something I've heard said. I would like to think in this particular case, there is some sort of clause like that in the contract, because I really don't want to see a Mike Tyson close to 60 getting badly hurt or knocked out. I mean, I know a lot of hardcore, die-hard Mike Tyson fans will say, no, it's Iron Mike. He looks strong. He's in the best shape of his life. But if we take the fan hat off here and look at this realistically, Mike Tyson's last professional fight was in about 2004, 2005 against the Irishman, Kevin McBride. And Kevin McBride was something of a journeyman. He beat the brakes off Mike Tyson and stopped him. So if Mike Tyson 20 years ago is getting stopped and beat up by a professional journeyman, Mike Tyson nearly 60, I just don't see how this goes well against a man 30 years younger than him. It's got car crash TV written all over it. So I really do hope deep down inside that there's some sort of agreement here. It's just going to be a little tippy-tappy fight where they carry each other and they both make a shed load of money and they go home safe. If it's not that, and Mike Tyson does get knocked out by Jake Paul, I will feel a certain type of way about it. And I don't think I could watch anything like this ever again, because it's just not right. It's not ethically right, and it shouldn't be sanctioned. If we look at Evander Holyfield, one of Tyson's former opponents from when he was a professional, Holyfield fought about 2 and a bit years ago against the former MMA fighter Vitor Belfort. And Holyfield was about 59, 60 at the time. Vitor Belfort was about 15 years younger than him. Belfort beat the brakes off of Evander Holyfield badly and knocked him out very quickly. I didn't watch it live, but I saw the highlights the next day. It was one of those things that I watched and just looked at, shaking my head like, I don't want to see anything like this ever again. This should have never been allowed to happen. This is not safe. And Vitor Belfort was jumping around the ring, celebrating like he'd just done the best thing ever. The whole thing just felt horrible. And I don't want to feel like that after watching Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. So I don't know how it's going to go, but I really, really hope that it's not going to be both guys trying to take each other's heads off. But I'm curious and I'm going to tune in and see what happens. But I want to know what you guys think. Are you going to be watching the fight? Are you not going to be watching the fight? And if you are or you're not, tell me why. What's made you decide to want to watch it or not watch it? And if it was pay-per-view, would you watch it then? Because if it was pay-per-view, I can tell you 100% I wouldn't watch it. But I'm really interested to see what other people think and how you feel about it. Because those are my feelings. But I know it's a fight that sort of divided a lot of people, got a lot of people talking. So sound off in the comment sections and let me know what you're thinking, if you're going to be watching or not. And tell me about the Katie Taylor Amanda Serrano fight as well, because that is a cracking fight. Who do you think is going to win? 2.5 years on, do you think it favours someone else? Do you think someone has faded a bit more? Or do you think someone's got better in that 2.5 years and will be better equipped to take the rematch? I really want to know what you're thinking about that. It's a shame that fight isn't in Dublin. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, Katie Taylor did it the first time in New York. It would have been nice if they did the return fight in Dublin, in Katie Taylor's hometown. And the atmosphere would have been insane. That would have been great to see. I don't know, depending on how this one goes, maybe we'll see a trilogy fight in Dublin potentially, because I think that would be insane. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments. Tell me what you're thinking. And please, as I said before, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one and stay healthy.